Hello guys, welcome to Ramta Solutions. We are continuing, which I believe is the last video on solving equations by substitution. So this one in particular, it has a fraction, which again you have to ask yourself, do we have any expression within this equation that's repeating? Yes, I do see that expression, which is x squared plus x. But before that, remember, when you solving equations with fractions, you must always try to restrict your equations, right? Now, to restrict your equation is to make it valid, right? This equation will be invalid if the denominator is 0. Now, which numbers can make the denominator 0? They are when x is equal to 0. So, to make it valid, x should not be equal to 0. Secondly, I also think, what is this? Negative 1 will also make it 0. So, remember, when x is equal to negative 1, your denominator will be 0, right? So x should not be equal to negative 1. If you are wondering how I got this, this is what I'm saying. The denominator should not be equal to 0. So basically I'm saying find the values where the denominator is 0. So when I solve, I think I can factorize here. Common factor is x. We have x plus 1 equals 0. So as you can see, x equals 0 or x equals negative 1. Hence I said the values of x should not be 0 or negative 1. If they are this will become invalid. Okay? Alright guys, so now we have this out of the way. Let's continue. So I do see that we have an expression that's repeating. So maybe let me simplify this for you. X squared plus x minus 18 plus 72 over x squared plus x equals 0. As you can see, x squared plus x is repeating. So I will say let x squared plus x equals k. So what we're going to do is going to say k minus 18 plus 72 over k is equal to 0. Now even in this equation, remember denominator should not be 0. So this means k should not be 0. Right? Now further simplification, I will multiply by k throughout, and this will be k squared minus 18k plus 72 equals 0. Okay? Now, I'm going to say, to factorize that, we will say we have, maybe let me rewrite that expression, k squared minus 18k plus 72 equals 0. I'm just writing it to remind myself, okay? So, we can say this is k minus, leave a space, k minus, leave a space equals 0. We're going to look for factors of 72. 72 can be divided by 2, right? If it's divided by 2, it'll be 36, so it doesn't work. If it's divided by 3, it'll be 24, it doesn't work. If it's divided by 4, it'll be 18, it also doesn't work. Right, it also doesn't work, so it doesn't work. If it's 6, it looks like it works. 12, so 12 can work. Now I will say my factors here are 12 and 6, and I'm right because this here is positive, right? Okay, so what do we have? We have k equals 12 or k equals 6, right? So for k equals 12, do remember we said x squared plus x was equal to k. Alright, so this time we found the value of k, which is 12. So we can say x squared plus x minus 12 equals 0. Therefore, we have x minus 4, x minus 3. However, the bigger factor must be positive, so this guy is positive. Our answer, therefore, is x equals minus 4 or x equals positive 3. Now, for when k equals 6, what do we have? We have, remember we said x squared plus x was k, and here the value that we're using is 6. So we have x squared plus x minus 6 equals 0. Now this is x minus, leave a space. Factors of 6 are 3 and 2. The bigger factor takes the sign of b, so this is it. Therefore, we have x equals negative 3 or x equals, let's see, x equals what? X equals 2. Now, if you remember, we had said we must restrict so this thing is valid. We said we shouldn't accept x values that are equal to 0 or negative 1. So yes, these ones are not 0 or negative 1. So these are our answers, okay? Alright guys, with that being said, it's a wrap. See you next time. Bye bye.